And these Eocene rocks, if you want to see them, or equivalent rocks, you just travel to Egypt. The plateau of Gizeh is precisely the same material which is there. It is all made up of Eocene, of small critters which is called foraminifera, nummulites effectively. So that was the first part. And then you saw a change in geology, which was effectively a change towards black rocks. And there we drove on seafloor, so-called ophiolite. Ophiolite means so-called snake rock. If you look at that map, you see that quite a few of our hydrocarbon accumulations, if you speak about the North field in Qatar, if you speak about these fields here in central Saudi, and of course the Borgan Arch and others have these north-south trends.
So that is interpreted as a major boundary, and on top the carbonate beds are coming in, and the coupe is building up. Yeah. You can see basically here, you basically see two generations of roots. You see a lower one that is capped by a ½ meter thick carbonate bed where the blue dot is on. And on top you see another generation of roots, and on top of that the real massive Kuf limestones are built up.
Marker bed. And these marker bed, we'll explore the nature of these marker bed later on. Then these yellow in the North field, for instance, we see these large foraminifera. We will show them later, a couple of thin section microphotograph from the last big foraminifera, a marker bed which can be traced from Turkey, Iraq, the Kurdish outcrops there, up to here, Iran, and so on. Fantastic marker bed, which is almost time equivalent with the Nar or the medium anhydrite. So the barrier and shoal and so on, which is leading to the deposition of the medium anhydrite, is this package here. This package would be effectively the seaward sill, seaward barrier between which the medium anhydrite develops. And at the base of the medium anhydrite we have these fracture horizons. There's a couple of fracture horizons which would be equivalent to these algal beds. That would be one of the correlation strategies. But of course we need biostratigraphy, chemostratigraphy and everything else to make sure we're in the right timeline. I would suggest we move to the next stop, as the noise level is too high. You see a black bed, the lower part of the crown is white. You see a black bed and then it turns white. The entire sequence there is getting whitish. 2/3 of the entire sequence have these lighter rock colors. So again, look at the lower third, about 10-15 meters from the ground, which is full of trees and bushes and so on. Go up, you see a black layer or a very dark brown layer. Slightly higher up, it is brownish, and then it turns very whitish. Do you see that? Yeah. It turns very white, and that is very muddy, and that is a Permo-Triassic boundary.
Yeah, they will actually walk up from the KS3 maximum flooding over that boundary up to the top of the Kuf, so you have the chance to see all of those beds then in detail. Tomorrow there is just an overview stop here for you to get a feeling on the... Yeah. So there are a couple of horizons here which needs to be separated. The top of the KS3 is still within the Permian, it was the top of that grainstone. Here is the Permian faunal extinction. There is the Saik-Mayan formation boundary, and then there is the Permian-Triassic boundary. So 4 independent zones or lines which needs to be separated, and yeah, that cost us a little bit of work to actually find them out at the beginning. Yeah.
Exactly. I would suggest we go up to the Permo-Triassic boundary and do two things. Discuss how we correlate the Permo-Triassic boundary, what species died out, and of course make a photo on this most important boundary here. So gamma ray very powerful. Stable isotopes very powerful, fossil record very powerful, and another thing which many people in the 90s and so on discarded, the marker beds. There are a couple of very distinct marker beds which tend to occur here on the Permo-Triassic boundary, and these are the so-called trombolite layers. In the subsurface from Abu Dhabi up to the northern part of Saudi and Iran, we find 1 to 2 meters of clotted fabric, microbially influenced sedimentation, which occurs exactly on this layer. And this in core and cuttings is a very, very distinct marker because it only occurs at these intervals. Every other fossils, every other organisms die out. The natural enemies of these microbial mats disappear, and suddenly you get a huge increase of microbial activity. If you go up through the section here, most of the grains, in one way or the others, are influenced by microbial activity. We are standing on the Permo-Triassic boundary. The white layers.
So the white layer, the dark layer is the same.
The dark layers is still the uppermost Permian. It is full of corals. It is full of open marine species. Just the top of the dark layers is where all the fauna disappears, which is the most important extinction event in the entire Earth's history. We can follow these extinction events to North America, to South America, all around the world, and these coincides in this spot with an overall increase in sea level, which we see because the sediments gets finer and finer. This is the white color. It gets muddier and muddier, which means that we have an increase in sea level and more open marine conditions here.
And that's extend to.
That extends to the area where we have rather steeper cliffs.
Okay.
Then we have the first grainy units coming in, and this grainy unit is Kuf layer 2, and Kuf unit 2 is the most important gas reservoir in the entire Middle East.
This is Satish, our hotel manager in Jabal Al-Akhdar, with Michael doing our.
It's a very long time. Since the project is on, we know each other. All right.
أيوة.
احنا الان بفضل الله نتكلم تماما نشكر شركه نفط الكويت
كم كلمة؟
تيم ليدر في شركه نفط الكويت، ونشكر بروفيسور مايكل على الرحله الطيبه، وان شاء الله تتكرر اكثر من مره.
إن شاء الله.
ثانك يو.
علاء.
والعافية وقصرت جو.
علاء.
صراحة كان حلو. Thank you.
هاي باسل. Those are the guys from Italy, ENI.
I'm Fabio Loni from ENI, and I enjoyed this film very much.
Radio Figo from United Zubair. The trip was very good. It was a very good choice to come up here.
هذا من شورام لوجيستكس.
سليمان سالم العطالي
نعم.
في شركة شورام.
يعطيك العافية.
We had 3 days without rain, and now the last day you see the
دكتور
sky is
عادل.
getting a little bit
كلمة بسيطة.
darker.
It was a very good trip, and I look forward to a successful conference inshallah.
إن شاء الله. One short comment and name.
I'm Jesse from Total. Hello. It's been a nice time. Looking forward to the days ahead.
Yeah, very good. Nice mustache.
Thank you. Yes.
Hello.
Yes.
Some comments.
The orange one, yes.
Some words for the
Oh, it was a
organizer.
very exciting field trip, and we have seen a lot and learned a lot. Thank you.
Bastian,
Yes,
short comments.
it was a fantastic group, very good discussions, and I'm really looking forward to the conference now. It was very easy for us field guides to deliver a high quality trip here. Thanks for the interest.
ناصر.
كلمة أخيرة طبعا يعطيكم العافية. استمتعنا صراحة، وأنا أكثر شيء ونسني الكابل أنتم صراحة. سويتوا جو على الطلعة يعني. زي مو واحد غيركم. إن شاء الله نكررها.
صح لسانك، صح لسانك.
إن شاء الله.
منو بعد؟
2 minutes away or something like that. So if you go to
George?
GW Married, you have
Short comment about the trip.
It was a nice and beautiful trip, and I wish in the future to have, not only for us, for this formation, for the other ones. Thank you.
Excellent. Ken? Oh, nice.
Oh yeah.
Name and some comments about
Ken going, fantastic trip. I really enjoyed it.
This is my good friend Kane, and both of us are parents.
Yeah, you know,
I'm a single father right now. I'm taking care of my kid.
Yeah, he didn't even know that we were related, huh?
Responsibilities. And he turned into Omani.
Hello.
Hi. Some
It's been loads
comments.
of fun. I'm Alan from Statoil. I live in Norway, and I've had
Super.
loads of fun. And it's been great with the hoof.
Excellent.
And I'm trying to get rid of loads of bottles of water. So whoever wants a bottle of water?
عبد الله سعدنا بالرحلة معاكم انتم وبدر والبنات يعطيكم الف عافية.
الله يعافيك.
Now, just for 2 minutes before we are leaving, now I would like to close this EAGE KUF field trip out, at least our official field work. As you see, we were very lucky with the weather. I think in about an hour it's going to rain, and we had this lucky spot without any drop of rain. I want to thank all of you for the interesting discussions, for the very interactive sessions. The key learnings for me was for the KUF platform. We still have some time to go to bring together good timelines. We have seen the importance of sequence stratigraphy within a framework, and we've also seen some of the lateral variations we can experience, which is important to build our models and to better understand why we have so variable petrophysical properties.